Pain from trauma shows up in many different ways for different people. It's a vicious cycle that every person faces at some point, regardless of the rank, status, gender, or title. Everyone has buried their pain in hopes it would disappear. Today, you're getting a set of guidelines and principles to help achieve freedom from the old belief systems that cause you pain that you cannot escape. What if the darkest chapters of your life could become someone else's survival guide? I'm Tiffany, survivor, storyteller, and host of True Crime Connections, where we turn pain into power and stories into sparks of hope. Every week, I sit down with someone who's lived through the unimaginable and found the strength to speak out. Did you know that some of the most successful people in Hollywood carry unimaginable pain behind the scenes? My guest today once voiced Sally Brown in the Peanuts cartoons while secretly fighting abuse, addiction, and despair. But she didn't stay there. Hilary has been in recovery since 1983, now mentoring other women and inspiring thousands through her story of healing. Today, she's sharing her journey and the steps you can take to stop sitting in your pain and start living free. Please help me welcome Hilary Momberger-Powers. Welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that intro. It's right there. It's funny how the world sees you, but when you have that wounded girl inside of you, she's still listening. And I hear, "Oh my God, is that you? Wow, you've done a good job." It's a
You,
funny. It's
you have done a good job.
But my mind tells me, you talked about the trauma. I think the whole world experiences trauma. We just went through the last 4 years of like the beating of the drum of trauma, keeping everybody in fight or flight, and that reptilian side of our brain, I call it, where I got to survive. I grew up in that ecosystem, meaning I grew up in that bathtub of I gotta be perfect. I gotta do this right. I gotta look good. No matter what I'm feeling, don't think about that. Just be a good little girl. And that was the world I grew up in. I'm sure a lot of your guests are from broken homes, whatever broken looks like to you. My broken is I grew up with a lot of alcoholism, a lot of violence. My mother was a narcissist. If you've grown up or been around or dated or fell in love with a narcissist, you can't ever be right because you're on the bottom of the totem pole and they're on the top. Regardless of what you do, I said earlier, the ego is never satisfied, and the narcissist is God. And that's their conquer. They're either going to live with God or be God. And they certainly can't live with God because that's competition. So I grew up in this whole world of having to, be cute, smile, look cute for the camera. And my mother used to say, smile, look cute, and at all costs, do not show your emotion. It's not profitable. And so I grew up with this, in my world, we call it a principle. And what is a principle? A principle is a truth I lived with. It's a truth you live by, like honesty. That's a truth you live by. Well, my principles were smile, don't show your emotions. You have to be perfect. That if you don't please people, you'll never be loved. That you're never enough. You're not tall enough, pretty enough, smart enough. So these are all these principles that somewhere along the line, I didn't choose them. They were given to me. And I'm a good daughter. I received the gift that my mother gives me, that society gives me, that the men that rape me give me, that I can go on and on. I just kept placing myself in positions to be hurt, not because I wanted to be hurt, but I thought that was my value. But I got to look good doing it. So I grew up,
That becomes your normal, right?
yeah, I don't know what's good, bad, up, down, right, left. There's trauma. All I know, it's something that happens, and when something traumatic happens, I don't know if it was sexual abuse or you were beaten or you were not fed or you grew up in alcoholism where there was anger or danger, whatever it may be. It may even be that you had a really horrible sibling that tortured you and always picked on you. That becomes a traumatic response. I'm always, I talk about it in my coaching where there's the triangle of trauma. You're in survival mode, you're in self-preservation, you're protecting yourself, and then you're always ready for Freddy. You're like, what's going to
Mhm.
happen next? So now when I'm in that state, I don't believe in a God because God obviously is gone. Because how could God let these things happen to me? So I've pushed that thought aside. So my ego becomes my God. And even if it's, I'm not enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I got to be right because that's my ego's job. So I am going to pick people that resemble my original wound. I pick my friends. I pick my clothes. I pick my drugs. I pick my sex partners. I pick my jobs. I pick my activities, my vacations, my drink, you name it. My wound is picking everything because it's got to happen again so I can be right. See? Nothing ever good happens to me. See, I am a piece of see, I knew this would happen to me. So I keep repeating and rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse. And this is my life. And I don't even know it. And where does the acting come into it? Oh my God, I was like the difference between putting a pizza in the oven or putting popcorn in the oven or putting popcorn in the microwave. Man, it takes 2 minutes for that popcorn to pop in the microwave. There's being in front of a camera. It may take years for the popcorn to pop in the oven. And it was just like, be perfect. Be perfect. You got to be perfect. So my first job, I became Sally, who was a cartoon character. It wasn't even me, so I already learned how to put a mask on. I could either be in front and everybody knew who I was, or I could say, that's not me, because you couldn't tell, because you couldn't see me. And then I started getting commercials. And, I grew up in this crazy alcoholic, narcissistic mother where she needed more, 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 let alone I'm doing all these commercials and I'm working, yet I don't get underwear because we can't afford it. But we can afford 15, 13 horses. I can't afford food, but we can afford to look good on the outside, which is kind of interesting. We're kind of doing that in our world even today. Gotta look good. I gotta have the perfect Instagram picture where I'm completely Photoshopped. I gotta look good, but inside I'm dying inside. And so as a little girl, I was already dying inside because I never felt enough. I would bite my fingers to the quick. I had blisters all over my hands, but I look good and I would smile for the camera and be really cute and do all this stuff. And, at 11 and 12 years old, my mother's taking me down to do porn, because the cuppeth overfloweth. I mean, you wonder how people get into that. Well, at first it's this, and then it's not satisfied. And you go a little deeper and a little deeper. It's like drug addiction. Your parents said smoke pot, you'll be doing heroin. You're like, no, I won't. Cut to I'm doing heroin. Okay, so there you go, because it's never satisfied. Was it my environment that brought on my trauma, or was I predisposed to get it? I don't know. All I know is I kept chasing the back of the truck and they kept putting the brakes on. And I kept calling it their fault. But yet, didn't I indeed chase the truck? And that was kind of how my life became, you know? I mean, especially when you've had some traumatic event, you really believe this is my life. This is my life. And it is until you say, this is not my life anymore. I no longer want to be a victim. I'm going to start volunteering for decisions. And so in the trauma response, when we're in this I don't even know I'm doing it, but if I pay attention to how I'm interacting with a new character with the same energy as the last character, I keep like looking in the rearview mirror, hoping I can change the outcome because I'm still leading with the same wound. I'm not enough. Do you like me? Do you like me now? Oh my God, what if I put this on? What if I wear this? What if I get this job? What if I marry you? What if I have this cat, this kid, and this? And I'm still waiting for you to tell me I'm okay, but I'm not really wanting you to. I want to change my outcome of my whole life history today. And I think I can do it on the outside, but I can't. I got to start in here. So when I'm in that stuck triangle, the only way I could crack it is I've got to be aware of what I'm doing. And how do I do that? Well, when you're in trauma, you're in fight or flight, good or bad, black or white, scared, happy. I'm so hot. I'm the biggest piece of shit. I'm skinny. I'm fat. I'm beautiful. I'm ugly. I'm rich. I'm poor. I am so self-centered. It's unbelievable. And I think it's your fault. I'm like, me, I. And people are just like, oh my God, here she comes again. Now, what story does she have? I mean, I remember those phone calls where my friends would go, now what, Hillary?
Oh man.
And you're like, how can I reword that where they'll listen this time? And it's so much. And then I put on more shame, more guilt, more shame. I'm so shame based. Everything's like shame, shame, Hillary. I can't talk about the horrible things that happen because I almost feel like, well, I guess this is my life. I guess God has put me in purgatory. That was when I didn't have my relationship with God. I was like, no, God gave me the greatest, most insane ride so I could have the greatest and most insane message to help another human being heal. Thank you, God, for everything I've been through. I wouldn't change one iota. By the time I had left, I'd stopped doing commercials because I realized my mother was taking all the money and all I know is good girl, go bad. So there's three personalities that you bring in when you're in trauma. You're either the people pleaser, bingo, that's me. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll suck your dick. Okay, you like me now? You like me now? I'm sorry I'm being vulgar, but I'm just making a joke. You can't shoot that woman. She's already dead. Don't worry about it, guys. You become a loner. You don't need anybody. I got this. You don't talk to people. You shut down. You say nothing, right? Or you become the controller. Everything's got to be perfect. My room's got to be perfect. Don't move that. I just dusted. Don't. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. You're messing my hair. Don't touch me. It's got to be perfect. So I have all these. I know I'm in trauma when I start. I'm not acting. I'm in a reactive state. I gotta say, okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I gotta live. Don't touch my hair. I gotta live. I gotta live. Oh my God. Oh my God. I like him. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, yeah, hide, hide. So I go through these three types of characteristics. And how do I get out of it? Okay, now I get to share how you get out of it. So I go through all this stuff. My mom sends me to juvenile hall, sends me to a foster home because I'm no longer financing the family. What's my message? If I don't take care of you, no one's going to love me. Cut to I'm 20, buying boyfriend cars. Do you love me now? Do you love me now? It's like, here's my body. Do you love me now? Oh, I'll sell my body so you can get a new car. I mean, I even did that. It's like, how can, but see, when you're in trauma, live or die, you see black or white. There's no gray zone. There's
You're
no,
searching for self acceptance. You're looking for that love that you have been yearning for. And so
be,
you chase it in all the wrong places.
it's black and white thinking. So I didn't know it. And I ended up, leaving home, went to 9 high schools. Here is this girl that made $500,000. I'm living homeless. I'm eating out of trash cans. I'm living in Compton, California. I'm selling pots and pans on the side of a highway. And I'm thinking, hey, I was in your living room every Sunday night. Now I'm on your freeway on ramp, selling Corningware, and I ended up getting involved in drugs because I wasn't trying to feel better. I was just not trying to feel. I was so terrified of either making it or not making it, being happy or not being happy. That's that. Do you love me? Take me, take me, take me. It's okay. I'm going to kill myself. Obviously, I'm not enough. See that pendulum. And I ended up overdosing and, but for the grace of God, I looked up. I was in a fire escape and I went into a grand mal seizure and I said, if there's a God, please help me. And it stopped. I would love to say, and then the world parted and everything was amazing. But there's no such thing as all of a sudden. Life is about little bits. Time, 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 time. An event is me walking into the other room. That's an event. Me walking into the kitchen. That's an event. So it was about event after event. I ended up getting introduced to Alcoholics Anonymous, which was the beginning of my journey. I got introduced to therapy. It was just little by little bit. And I've had this incredibly, wonderfully painful, interesting, hot, cold, lukewarm, every color in the rainbow because I see life differently now. I made a decision because I followed it with an action to maybe try not killing myself today. That was all I said. I'm going to try not to kill myself today. Meaning I wasn't going to call myself a loser. I hate you. I was bulimic. I was throwing up 10 times a day. I lay it all out. I was bulimic. I was I was addicted to finding him because I'm sure he was going to happily ever after. Thanks, Disney. Doesn't work. There's no such thing, guys. Newsflash, there is no It's either
I
happily.
always say Disney lied to us all.
Oh, what a bit. Trauma. I'm going to charge Disney for my trauma therapy, right? Should I send them the bill? Yeah. So anyway, so I had all this stuff happen, and then I was introduced to a man I was 23 years old, and he said to me, you have no idea how powerful you are, do you? And that scared me because my trauma told me I had no power. I was weak and everything bad was going to happen to me. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. They did it to me. And this therapist, I had him for 20 years. He died in a tragic airplane crash. I always say he took all my memories with him. And I started realizing that when I start taking responsibility for every choice that I made in my life, that I could get better. But until I do that, I need to stabilize myself. And how do I do that? There's this triangle. I love the triangle because it symbolized body, mind, spirit, hope, faith, whatever the mind is. It's everything. It's got the pineal gland, it's the triangle, it's it's what contained in this triangle is there's 7 layers. The bottom layer is about stability. I need to stabilize myself. If I want to get out in trauma, I always encourage the girls I work with to make a triangle and write on the bottom of it, stabilize. How do I stabilize? Seeing, tasting, touching, hearing, smelling. Am I placing myself in a world where I see things differently? Meaning, go sit by the ocean. Go sit on the grass. Touch the grass. Seeing, feeling, smell the grass. These are ways to stabilize when I'm having that moment when you're just like, I can sit. Pause when agitated, and I go, okay, there's some breath, there's smell. God, please quiet my mind, protect me from my thoughts. That's my favorite prayer. And then I do things like, have I slept today? Have I eaten? Have I drank enough water today? Have I heard something nice today? Did I listen to some nice music? Or can I hear the birds or listen to kids? Oh, I used to always say, I love listening to children laughing because it takes me away from my pain. So I started looking at seeing, tasting, touching, hearing, smelling, those 5 senses. If I can stabilize myself, then I'm out of that fight or flight. I'm like, where you feel that your body just slows down. Like I can feel it in my shoulders just talking about it. I can stabilize myself because I spent my life trying to get him to do it, the job to do it. I want you all to stabilize myself. But until I made that decision that I was going to take responsibility for all my trauma, even the ones when I was raped and sexually abused, I made a decision to say, I'm going to take responsibility for it. Energetically, I was doing something. The moment I said that, then I thought, oh, that means I can take responsibility for feeling good too. So then I gave that little girl permission. It's okay. I'm going to help you feel better today, sweetheart. Because my little girl is so scared and I'm afraid of doing it wrong. I'm afraid of being touched and hurt. And I get to take responsibility for me because I get to have my power back. That's all I was thought I lost is my power. But I'm going to take it back. So I get stabilized. And once I get into that place of stabilization, sometimes it just takes a nap, a good night's sleep, a shower, a glass of water. Man, can that change everything? Like little stuff like that. Think of seeing, tasting, touching, hearing, smelling. All those things that affect your senses. You get to take power over your inside life. Because I'm going to project my movie out there. See, my glasses were on wrong. I thought the movie came from the outside in. If I get the good job, then I'll feel good. No, honey. Turn your little funnel around. When I feel good, I start bringing in all kinds of good things. So get stabilized. Simple, simple, simple. Once I get to that, I already boost myself up to, I start feeling like I belong. Like, wow, I belong in this world. I'm not an alien. I'm not foreign. I'm not, I'm not damaged. All of a sudden, I feel like I have a sense of belonging. Now, when I feel that sense of belonging, I start hanging out with people that are on the same vibe. People are like, hey, you want to go get some wheat, whatever. You want to go get a salad instead of, hey, you want to go, shoot some heroin today? All of a sudden, I'm around a different vibe because I'm stabilized. I'm not in that, gotta get it. I'm going to die if I don't. I'm going to die if I do. And once I get to that, I start feeling good about Hilary and I go, wow, I'm really proud of yourself. Yeah, I got a good night's sleep last night. Wow, I took care of myself. All of a sudden, I'm like sitting up taller. I'm like, wow, I got a little self-esteem. That's awesome. I look in the mirror and I don't go, you fat, ugly old bitch, which is what I used to do as I'm throwing up 10 times a day my food and hating myself, just hating everything about me. I have those days. I wasn't hating me, I was hating my condition, and I didn't know I had power over it. So then I start feeling good about myself, and I'm like, God, are you here? Because I'm connected to something inside. And now I can tap into a source other than my hurt mind and my tragedy and my trauma. So then I start being productive. I think I'm going to get a job today. Oh my God, I'm going to go get my license renewed. All of a sudden, I start doing these esteemable acts and I start getting unproductive. And once I get to a place of feeling in productivity, what do you think I want to do? I want to tell you about how to get there. And then I start sharing and I can be of service to the world. And I don't want anything from you. I want nothing except I want you to feel good because I'm feeling good. So I want to share this joy with you. So that's some of the ways I get out of my trauma. And I was telling you this today. I went to go see a friend of mine, my mentor. It's her friend. He's 95 years old. He lives in a retirement home. Half of me's like, oh God, well, he's got to be dead soon anyway. I'm telling you what's in my thought life, right? I mean, we all have this stuff. Don't lie to me. Don't say you're all walking on thin. Oh, where's that water you're walking on, girl? Right? So I'm walking, I'm thinking, Hilary, what would God want me to do? Oh, he would want me to help my brother. God, how many times have people helped you? Total strangers. He's kind of a stranger to me. He's 95. I went to go meet him. I said, hey, dude, you feeling like going to Denny's? He's like, oh, I can't even walk today. I'm like, I've got the best idea ever. Who wants Dunkin' Donuts? And he was like, I'll take a donut. So I pushed myself because I needed to do what would God do? How am I going to help him feel safe? The guy's probably scared. He's probably thinking, is today's the day? And then I got to bring him some donuts, some black coffee, and we laughed. And I said, John, you know what we both know? Nobody gets out of here alive. And he goes, that's right. He goes, either we're going to go out in pain or happy. We get to make that choice. And I said, you bet, Daddy. Because what? I am given free will. Whoa! I'm not a victim. I only volunteer for my pain. So there's kind of my trauma mama.
Trauma mama. I mean, so many people can identify with that. I can identify with that. You know, sometimes we are our own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not until you shift your brain are things going to finally lighten up for you. If you live in this, oh, everything's wrong, this is wrong with me, I can't do this, I don't
You,
do this, da da da. What do you think is going to happen?
you,
Nothing good.
what you think about, you bring about, baby. I always say to my
Exactly.
friends, they're like, my life sucks. And I said, keep talking about it. You're going to keep bringing on more stuff, you know? And, when we're raised in skies falling down, doom and gloom, we live in a world where it's very uncertain. It's always been uncertain. What if you turn that around? It's like, oh my God, it's in the end times. Nothing lasts. We're always in the end times. I mean, if you can just shift your moments, when I was talking about affairs right here, right now, all of a sudden, if you shift your moments to little by little, you pivot your vision to see life a little differently, all of a sudden you'll realize I don't see life the same. But it was those little teeny moments after moments after moments. And I'm in a hurry. I don't know where I'm getting. I'm in a hurry to get better, hurry to get sick, hurry, come on. And when I just stabilize myself and take a breath, you know, you see these people that are so into breathing. I'm into it all, honey. I'm not just into breathing. I can't live on breath alone, babe. I got to live on, seeing, tasting, touching, hearing, smelling. I got my five senses on earth. My sixth sense is with God. I'll tap into that one when I'm out of here. I could go for it for information. Like you said, I mean, we're so afraid of doing the wrong thing and we have pains. That's where I pray and I go, you know what, Dad, I call him Dad sometimes. I'm like, Dad, I don't know what I'm doing today. Dude, please, can you guide me? Because I want to go back to my cave, my reptilian caveman cave. And I'm not there, only unless I say I want to go there. So I have to ask for a power other than Hillary, because I'm pretty powerful. I could blow this shit up with one word. I could ruin a marriage with one sentence. I know exactly what to say. I've been fired off jobs. I remember this one time I was working with this director, and he's like, "Hillary, you're making me look like a real idiot." What do you think I said? Now the
You
smart,
are an idiot.
I said, no, that was too nice. I said, "Sir, you're doing a great job on your own." You know, and what happens? Oh my God, I got fired. Ay, ay, ay. I took responsibility for it. I got myself fired because all of a sudden were little things, little, 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 little. All of a sudden you noticed it.
Got to be aware.
Mm-hmm. Be right now, right now, right now. It's like, oh, when they say you can choose your day, choose your thoughts, it's so true. You know, what is it? A man is only as he who thinketh whatever is, I looked it up today. It was about basically whatever you think you create. Bingo. You know.
I believe in that. I really do because I've seen the difference. I've been in that dark place and there was never any light. That shit did
Mm-mm.
not shine through. Now that I do, oh my God, like I get to meet amazing people like you. I get to
Mm-hmm.
help other people come out of their darkness, and
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing. Like possibilities endless. Endless.
Endless, endless, infinite. Because you're tapping into God. God's infinite, omnipotent, endless. I want all kinds of adventures. Bring it, you know? I was saying I'm probably in the last, I don't know, chapter of my life. I'm excited. I don't know I have an idea where I want it to go. And all I know is I want to be of service. God, please place me in a place where I can crack the egg open for somebody. I can help someone no longer leave with their wound. How nice is that? Wow. It's not about me anymore.
It's
And
life
then
changing.
it's awesome. It's so, and the other thing I would say is make friends with your trauma. Because what you resist persists. Think of that. What you resist, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, it was a bad time in my life. Persist. It means it's going to keep coming back. You got a retail customer that's always going to return for the next bargain, next bargain, next bargain, next bonehead, next bonehead, next bonehead.
Charlie Brown reference.
Wah, 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 wah. Totally. Wah, wah. That was like, oh my God. Oh my God. That was my life. I would hear everybody like, oh, you're so defiant. Wah, wah, wah. I'm like, sure. Smile and look cute. Don't let them know that I'm dying inside. Nearly killed me.
I mean, I'm so happy where you are today. You can tell, I mean, you're glowing. You're literally glowing, and
Mm.
you can tell you're happy. You're in a good place, and you genuinely love helping other people,
Oh,
which is
how
amazing.
how lucky am I? It's a gift. How lucky am I? It's not me. I didn't come up with this stuff. The stuff I came up with is what I'm helping you get out of. So that gives you an idea. I came up with, oh, he's a great guy. He's been to jail. He's been arrested. He beats women. He's the best guy ever. I came up with that.
No, but I can save him.
But no, what do we say? I'm Captain Save a Ho. I save him. He'll save this hoe. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, nope. Nope.
It's the circle of life around and again. I gotta change my path, you know? And I do it one little thing at a time, you know? And if you think of, oh my God, I'm never gonna get out of this, don't worry, you'll create that. Maybe say, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm doing good, I'm on my way. Even if you don't believe it, just say it. You speak it into existence, you know? I mean, if I even, I know it's not a religious show, but if you think of what Jesus came down here, he was talking love. He wasn't talking the old stuff. He was talking love. No old law. We're going to new stuff.
Well, when you think about it, you got to retrain your brain because you didn't come up with the I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm this and that. That was programmed by people repetitively telling you these things. So
Mm-hmm.
if you repetitively tell yourself good things, you're rewiring your brain.
Totally.
Learn that new way.
Little by little by little. If I had to look at my house and go, okay, spring cleaning by 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'd go, oh, forget about it. But if I go, no, I'm just going to take this one section. And then I feel good about myself. Stabilize, esteem. I feel like I belong. It's my house. Esteem. I feel good about myself. I want to do more. And then I can't wait to share. Wow, that was easy. I just did my house. See how that triangle, it goes with everything.
So, what are your guidelines when you're mentoring? Do you do only women or is it women and men?
I've done a lot of men, but mostly women. My question is, are you willing to do what I did? And if they say, yeah, 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 I'll give them a couple things to do and I'll see if they're actually really, I'll give them the slightest things to do. And I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time. Like if I feel like you want me to fix you, I'm not a mechanic. You've got all the tools. I'll hand you some, but you got to do the work. But it's the best job you'll ever have is taking care of yourself. So I get them into a place where, like I said, I don't, I love going in places and doing speaking because I like cracking the egg, getting people excited about possibility. I love doing the hope dance, so I give them hope. But and then I don't keep them forever because I want them to become them dependent and God dependent. I don't want them to depend on me because then you're not really healing, you're dealing.
You're replacing.
Totally 150%. And I want to help you go, wow, I feel good about myself instead of thank you so much, you've helped me so, like yeah, 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 I know. Yeah, I know. A little bit, but I don't want the fame. I don't want the fame. I know what the fame does. And I've already had those cards and I've already healed those cards.
Yeah, literally.
So I usually do it, I have a 12-week thing. I take them through and then then I give them, call me anytime, you know. I'll kind of help you point yourself to the right direction or I'll help you figure out where you want to go, where you need to go. But I'll get you back to stabilize so you can make some decisions because you already know the answers. God's in you. You already know the answers.
Right.
Hmm.
What would you tell somebody who's like, that's the first step? They think, all right, I think I'm finally ready. What is the first thing that they can do?
Well, I would ask yourself, what am I willing to give up right now? If you're not willing to give anything up, you're not ready. It's pretty simple. Like I was willing to give up anything, everything, take it all. I don't care. I was willing to give it up, everything. Because that old saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Duh, that's like 101. But if you are not willing to jump into that abyss and be excited about it, you're probably not going to be willing to take 2 steps forward.
Makes
So,
sense.
Yeah. You just got to be so sick and tired of yourself and so sick and tired of what you keep. Because remember, you're producing all your fruit. Even the people you're like, but he came into my life. I don't know why I keep attracting that. Because you're the same person. Duh. You know?
Yep.
And having somebody mirror it to you. You know, we get a lot of people who yes us or insurance companies that pamper us or whatever. It's like, nah, babe, I'll tell you the truth. I will not sugarcoat it. I'll make it funny so you can start laughing at yourself. Because I laugh at myself. I'm like, what a bonehead. Oh my God. Here I go again. Oopsie. And I also name my character. I'm Hillary. My trauma is Helga. Helga.
Oh,
Oh, she is a trip. So I can place it somewhere else and go, uh-oh, she's back. I'm not so attached to her. Does that make sense?
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Name your poison, baby. She's my girls always say, "What's your girl's name?" Oh, she's, Vanessa. I'm like, that's not a, she goes, "Oh, I hate that name." Something that you don't like because that's the character you're going to bring out. It's always that one you go, God, why did I call him? Why did I do that? Why did I go to that place? Why did I drive drunk? I don't care what it is. It's that name it. So you can start saying, okay, I brought her in. If I have the power to bring her in, I have the power to keep her out.
That's right.
Hmm. So, girl power. We can do it, girls.
Absolutely. And men. Some men need to do this
Oh,
too.
no, no. I have many, many. I have a lot of, over the years, I get emails that go, hey, remember I met you and we talked for a while. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm married now with kids. I actually love my wife. I'm like, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Wow, you must love yourself because you can't bring in love unless you have love.
So true. So
Mm,
true.
I know. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's my story.
Awesome. I mean, if somebody wanted to work with you, what's usually the best way to do so?
Well, you can either get me on I have a website, hillarymowers.com, and you can go on that, or you can just do hillarym.powers at Gmail. You can contact me there. I'm on Podmatch if you'd like me to share, or, I'm a keynote speaker. So I speak at colleges and I love talking to just that struggle where you're in that place where you're just like, where do I go now? I got to drag all this garbage with me. No, you don't. I'll help you. We'll dump it. Let's dump that shit. So you can get me there, or LinkedIn. I'm also on LinkedIn. So
Perfect. And you
yeah.
work with people all over the world?
It doesn't matter. Hello, welcome to internet. Yeah. I'm also a coach and I'm with a company in France in Cannes. So I'll work for international people. So yeah, it doesn't matter. There's there's wounded warriors out there all over. We're all
Ain't that
wounded
the truth?
warriors. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like we said earlier, it doesn't pick, it doesn't matter what color, what sex, what you do for a living. It doesn't
it
matter.
it doesn't sit no, God, no. Live or die, that's all it knows. Yeah, it just doesn't care. It just does not care. I make it care. I make a good, bad, black, white. It doesn't matter. It's gonna, energetically, you're either gonna go down or you're gonna go up. You gotta pick your poison.
Yeah, choice is yours and only yours to make. Nobody can do it for you.
Yeah. And the good thing is I love working with people who are on that verge of saying, no, it's because I love helping them see that stop making yourself a victim. You can't get anywhere that way, sweetheart. But it's because, okay, I want you to list all the things, the reasons why it's because. How many times have you repeated the because cycle? It's that old,
Right.
yeah, it's like that old saying, the resentment only happens one time. I only get mad once. I keep thinking about it. I keep resending myself pain and misery and anger, pain and I'm the one who keeps redoing it. And what happens? I freeze. What's the matter? I'm really sad. God, stop thinking about it. You don't understand. It happened to me 42 years ago, girl. One
Right.
time it happened. It happened one time. No, I keep reliving it. No, you keep reliving it. Let's create a new life. And then you
Ah, I
start,
love that.
yeah, and then you start seeing how ridiculous you are. You're like, oh my, and then you start laughing at yourself. Oh my God, I have some of the stuff I have done. I'm like, oh my God, Helga, what were you thinking?
Oh my God, yeah. That's what I love about my show because I mean, I talked about to other survivors about, I mean, everything under the sun, unimaginable. But we still can sit and have a good conversation and laugh and kind of make jokes about, like, exactly what the hell was I thinking?
What the?
Like,
Oh my God. What? I should have just put a gun to my head. What was I thinking that was so painful? Oh my God. It's been an incredible ride. And it seems like everybody thinks, "Well, your life is so perfect now." Dude, it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. Perfect is when I'm out of here. That's pure love. Right now, I'm trying to figure out where I can get love, real love. And so it's going to be an imperfect journey because there's so many cracks in the wall, in the road, and in the side, and the like. I still can get up in the morning, and I can go to sleep feeling amazing, and I wake up thinking, why am I here? I'm such a loser. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And the other thing, I have the people I work with, they are not allowed to say, I know, because when you say your mind closes. So open mind, you say, I know, whoop, close mind. Not allowed to say it around me. And they go, what am I supposed to say? Just go, okay, interesting. Hmm. Because now my mind's open to hear different possibilities. Because if they say, you shouldn't have hung out with, I know, boom, close mind. I can't hear anything from that moment on. Because I'm defending myself. I'm back in trauma. Interesting, huh?
I like that. Yeah, I never even thought of that.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that great? It works.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're accountable, you're in the moment. You're in the moment. You're in the moment.
Right. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I just think you're lovely. Thank you for being such a great host that makes you feel comfortable. You're like, I know.
No, no, I'm not allowed to say
I
that.
know. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a pleasure having you
Oh,
on.
you're awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Is there anything you want to ask me?
No, not that I could think of. I mean, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, it was really nice to be invited on your show. I really appreciate you.
Of course. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to follow, rate, and review. It helps more survivors find our community. Do you want to be part of the conversation and share your story? Visit truecrimeconnections.com. Until next time, be safe, be seen, and never forget your story has power.